Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, PFA. You want to start with the team of the year or the player of the year?
Was the player officially announced?
It's already.
I mean, it's
given.
Yeah, it's a given, I guess. So that'd be funny if that's not true.
All right,
but
so we'll give it to with the player of the year because that has already been announced. Van Dijk. Well, apparently it's been announced. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's well deserved? And would you have anybody else probably above him?
out of the players, out of the players that were shortlisted for the player of the year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was really tight between Sterling and Van Dijk, but between a defender who's brought his team up, 18 clean sheets with his goalie. What's the other stat? Zero dribble pass, like zero take-ons.
Anfield's a fortress.
Okay, I don't know about that, but zero take-ons from any players dribbling past them.
You're just upset that Old Trafford's not a fortress.
I clearly am upset. I clearly am.
I hear the disdain in your voice,
so,
bro.
But like you compare that, a Rock versus Sterling, who's been blistering for City. Like, I wouldn't have been mad if either of them won it. But I can see how Van Dijk took it. I think it's a little bit...
Doesn't Sterling still have the chance to win Young Player of the Year anyway?
Yes, he was nominated for Young Player.
So he's going to win it. It's either him or Bernardo Silva, so... Because I doubt Trent's going to win that.
That still surprises me how young Bernardo Silva is. It astounds me how young he is. I thought he was old.
24?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I was surprised. Get into the actual top 11 for the Premier League. We have, it's a 4-3-3. Diego could not find, he was doing some research as to why they changed it from a 4-4-2 to a 4-3-3.
Thanks.
I don't know how we all feel about that, but the 4-3-3 that have been, the best 11 that have been selected are top 3, Mane, Aguero, Sterling. Midfield, Pogba, Fernandinho, Bernardo. Back 4, Robertson, Laporte, Van Dijk, and Trent. And the goalkeeper, Ederson. That's a strong lineup.
That's a Premier League winning lineup.
That's for real. But obviously, we all had our opinions before when this was announced. We went first thing in the morning. Still at 7 in the morning.
Yeah,
we already started going at it.
Yeah.
Shit. What's your take? Who do you guys completely agree with this? Someone agree with this? Who would you change?
I pretty much agree with it. Goalkeeper thing was a little up in the air, but fucking Ederson has assists. That's something that Alisson doesn't have, so I can't argue that. And the whole Pogba thing.
Yeah, Pogba. I think can we all, before we go around the table, can we all just be in agreement that that's probably the most questionable decision that was made?
Yeah, I was surprised as hell when I woke up this morning and I saw his name on there.
Okay,
I really was.
Instead of going around the table asking you Pogba, who would you have switched for Pogba?
That's where I'm stepping aside because I cannot find anyone that will tell me who they will switch for Pogba in that position.
I mean, you brought in the stats right now. You wrote all the stats down, and just basing off of that,
there are people that look like they could.
Yeah, and just basing off of that, even though this player doesn't have the same amount of goals or assists that Pogba has, I would probably choose Ederson over Pogba.
Yeah, that's the only player I could think of.
I can't think of anybody else.
Hazard doesn't play that position, so you can't toss Hazard in there.
But how do you snub him though?
Kante. I mean, his assists are up, but people say he hasn't looked okay. So.
But I want to put Ederson in there, but I still want to throw Hazard in there, but I just don't know how or.
He doesn't play those positions.
It just fucks this whole thing up. Because he's been one of the best players of the league so far.
He's carrying Chelsea. Sorry.
Carrying Chelsea to where they are right now.
He should be up there. It's kind of unfair that they snubbed him not only from the player of the year, which he didn't get snubbed. Van Dijk won that.
Yeah, no,
but
he deserves it.
Snubbed from the best 11. How do you get on the short list for the best player of the year, but on the best? That doesn't mean it makes no sense.
I think, for me, I think that he made that short list for player of the year because of what you just said, Marco, that he's had the team on his back.
Have you guys noticed that they're all wingers except for Van Dijk?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's probably why he got shortlisted for that, because he's a winger. and there's only 2 wingers on the best 11.
No, I mean, Aguero, Bernardo Silva, he's more of a central mid.
He's
Nah,
a
Bernardo
he's
Silva's a
playing
winger.
right now,
So
but he's also played as a
That's
cam.
what we had the
That's-
conversation last week about the
center
Mahrez thing. Mahrez is a winger, but the Bernardo Silva has usurped him. So
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, listen, I'm not taking anything away from Hazard because he has the numbers behind him. He has 13 assists, which is unreal. It's ridiculous. But the thing is that all of those assists have gone towards rescuing his team from losing positions because they've been between 4th and 6th since I looked it up that they were 1st and 2nd. They dipped down to 3rd around like October time. Once November hit, they had 2 losses in a row and they haven't been able to recover from that. So, yes, he's done a lot for the team, but all of the effort that he's been putting in has been just enough to keep them where they are. They still just recently lost that Bournemouth game. They recently lost what was it?
Well, they drew against
they drew against Burnley.
Burnley. That's
And it was the draw against Burnley was Hazard had some really good games like 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
He was looking awesome. And now they draw against Burnley. It's like that's the reality of what Chelsea is. You compare that to the two players that are in those attacking positions because he's played as an attacking winger, either as they're 9 because they're definitely not putting
Higuain,
the Hamburglar, or Giroud up there.
Oh no, they're not gonna put him
Definitely.
the handsome motherfucker.
So like, if you drop, I wouldn't definitely drop Sterling, but who's gonna drop Mane? Who has Liverpool on the verge of winning the title this season? Like, I can't.
we had the same argument off camera about Son. Like he's having an amazing season, but it just sucks that Sterling and Mane are having an amazing season as well.
I feel like Son has had great moments during the season. Mane and Sterling have had a great season overall. Then they're still doing it. It's week 35. There's 3 match weeks left, and they're still doing it.
And just kind of piggyback up on what you're saying, moments. Pogba hasn't had that good of a season.
No, he hasn't.
I just think the only reason why he's in there is because of the formation that was chosen.
That's the only thing that's as far as I'm stretching out my neck for Pogba for him being a United player. After that, I have no idea why he's in there. I really don't. But the thing is that who put it out? I think it was this guy. I read a comment. This guy was saying that Floyd Hasselbank and all these dudes that were commentating on Sky Sports that they all agree that Pogba shouldn't be in there. But their recommendations were Declan Rice.
Nope.
Georgino Wijnaldum.
Nope.
Someone put in Son.
And play that position.
And then what was the other one? I think they had also mentioned Hazard, but we already went through that. That's a missed position. If this is the team you're gonna put out into an actual field, which is what I hope it is, because that's how I understand it. Maybe I could be wrong. That it still has to be a functional squad. You can't have if you put Fernandinho there and leave Silva and Pogba to go up and down box to box. That's an awesome team. I don't care what anybody says.
No, it's not bad.
If you switch that for someone like, let's say, like Son, like Hazard, yes, they can track back because they're quick.
But it's not that. That's what they don't do.
Exactly, that's the only thing they'll do. And then on the opposite side of the coin, if you put someone like Kante, like Wijnaldum, whoever, they're not going to give you the attacking returns that Bernardo or Pogba have given you. So I think that's the only logical explanation for why this dude is on that team. And a lot of people were salty about it. I don't know if it's like... that's the thing, though. I'm waiting for someone to be like... And I hope maybe even some of the listeners might have like a straight-up answer. Like, listen, this guy plays midfield. Here's the stats to back it up. He's had a great season. I think he deserves it over Pogba.
Because, even in our conversation, like, we talked about Ederson, and all of us just looked at each other and were like, eh.
Exactly.
It's like,
Exactly.
It's like, it by default. So it's not...
And if anybody knows why they chose a 4-3-3, let us know.
Yes. That was something else that I was trying to look up, and it has eluded me so far. I'm going to still try to keep looking to see who determines what the formation is. Because I do know that the players vote, the journalists vote, and the players' agents, vote. So what I was guessing earlier was that if I'm a player and I say these 11, but those 11 work in a 4-4-2, They're just gonna take everyone's, and then based on who has the most votes, then they just put them in positions that would make them work.
Yep.
Because
It
someone
could be
said
like that, yeah.
maybe Hazard's not there because he wasn't voted enough. Obviously,
He wasn't voted as a midfielder,
exactly.
so that might be why he's not there. He was voted as a
attacker.
forward
As
or
a forward or
attacker or
attacker.
a winger, whatever. And obviously those players came before him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he wasn't voted in as a midfielder, so.
I don't know. Maybe the formation is 4-3-3 this year because that's the formation that was mostly used by every team this year.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
That might be it too.
That could be, yeah.
Because then also, my question also is like, why is it so hard for people to believe Pogba's in it, but why is it so easy for people to believe that Salah didn't make it?
Well, Salah had a horrible season.
Nah, but he has 19
Alright.
goals.
Dude, he has 19
Yeah,
goals.
he has 19 goals, so let's not say he had a bad season.
He had a drought. He had a short drought.
It's not his fault. He benchmarked himself at being the Premiership's
Egyptian
most
God.
goal scorer.
No,
But
between them two, Mane or him, I think Mane had a better season.
No,
And
no,
I
I'm
think
saying-
Sterling
I'm
doing a lot
not-
more
I'm-
better. But
I'm
also
not gonna
Sterling
argue
had
that.
been playing on the left
But
side.
what I
every
don't
season.
like is people saying that Salah is having a bad season. He's not having a bad season because he still has that many goals.
He had moments that
Okay.
And it's
allowed
still
him to
and-
add to those 19.
Yeah, and that's fine.
That's a good
That
debate.
puts us in the position
That's,
we are right
that's what
now.
I'm saying. Like, it's
He's not having a bad season.
like it's
How many
difficult.
goals did he go without a goal? Games did he go without a goal?
10.
Yes.
6.
No, bro. I felt that hit on my fantasy
No,
team.
we all felt it. I had him too.
I know for a, I know
Premier
for a
League is our
fact.
answer to everything. I mean, fantasy is our answer to everything.
Oh, there you go,
That's
guys.
what we do.
I know that for
All
a
right, so
fact.
if you make that argument of moments, if you look at an entire season, yeah, I'll probably have Mane over Salah. But yeah, I mean, still 19 goals. Yeah, 10-game drought is a big drought to hit. So,
And during that 10-game drought, who stepped up?
Mane,
Mane.
And Mane has all those goals without penalties.
without penalties,
Yes.
that's huge.
Yes.
So like Aguero has all those goals, but like half of them are penalties. Sterling done it all himself.
And that's actually a counterpoint against Pogba, because I looked up how many penalties he has as far as his goal tally, and if I remember correctly, he has 7.
Wow.
He has 7.
He took. I think he had 7. He took like 8 or 9. I think he missed one.
Yes, he definitely missed one. I remember that.
What's his goal tally at right now? 12.
No, his goal tally right now, 3, 9, 13.
And 7 of them are penalties.
13. 13 goals, 9 assists.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of penalty goals.
13
Yeah.
goals, 9 assists. I mean, you still have to put him away.
No, yeah, no doubt.
But I also I'm not gonna gloss it over. It's still a penalty. Like, that's an easy way that's the easiest way to score a goal. You still have to score it, but it is the easiest way to score a goal. So it's a counterpoint, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a counterpoint against Pogba. But that's what I found weird. It's difficult for Pogba to be there, but it's so easy for Salah not to. I don't know.
That's the Premier League best 11. You guys let us know what you guys think. If you want to change anything different, what it would be, you can do so on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, BenchRummers FC1.